And Mark's actually gonna go through the financial part. I don't know if you're gonna hit on this in your opinion.
Not at that level of detail, no.
Okay.
But what was it again?
Net new construction.
Means what? I mean,
So what's that mean exactly?
Your percentage of building, new construction within the community.
Like a valuation number. So
Um,
if you get an apartment building that's worth $200,000, for example, is that sort of how it is?
And if
Is it
it's
dollar
new.
for dollar or?
if it's new.
New.
So for example, Harbor Chase, a development located almost outside of the, was vacant or some land torn down, new construction went up.
and so what can increase because of that?
The levy, if the village board chooses to.
And the levy is the what?
The levy is the amount of dollars that are generated from the taxes that are paid here from property owners in the village.
Thanks.
One last quick question, police. So you and the village board kind of administer it, set the budget, but if there was a need to change the policy on jaywalking, that's police commission that gets involved in that?
Not police commission, but it would be directly the police chief in terms of how his standard operating procedures run within the department.
Are those available for?
No, I do not believe, it's not a document that they have online at all, but.
Right, but is it something that we could get access to, like full page-to-page access to review it?
Likely, so we would not be printing it, but I'm sure if you reached out to our police chief, he'd be happy to get you whatever policy you need.
I'm part of a group and we had asked for it, but he only gave us the table of contents. I mean, we understand it's a big document, but I just want to know if legally we have a right to have access to it.
Were you by chance part of the Solidarity Network?
Yes.
Okay, the reason why you showed this table of contents is that's multiple hundreds of pages.
Oh, right, yeah,
So-
we want to see every single
Yeah, so
page.
he wanted that because in order to print that, I mean, he wants to know first, like, is there a certain section of the policy that you want to know before we were printing hundreds of pages? Because
Okay.
he has a number
That's
of
good to know.
policies, and
Right.
that's why he was checking that.
Sure.
So,
Thank you.
based on, did you finish? I'm sorry, I was
No,
in
I'm
my
not. I
committee
ran
meeting,
over.
so.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so, thanks, Rebecca.
Okay.
I want to make sure we continue moving forward. So Diane is going to speak next. Diane is our customer services manager as well as our deputy clerk. So she's going to talk about our customer service with Shorewood. She'll take the next 10-15 minutes to do that. And then our finance director, Mark Manuelson, will finish us off. So go ahead, Diane.
Thank you, Tyler. As Tyler said, I'm Diane Call. I am the customer service manager and deputy clerk, and in the newly formed clerk and customer service department. So previously, customer service was a separate department, and we are now part of the clerk's office. A fun fact about me is I am from Wisconsin, moved to Houston, and came back to this cold weather to work for the Village of Shaw. I've been here 16 years. So, ask me why. Why did I do that? That's what everybody asks. But I've been here 16 years, so I obviously love what I do.
We have a good hurricane here.
No hurricanes, no floods, just a whole bunch of stuff.
Just one flood.
So customer service and why that at one time was a department is because the village felt that customer service was what we could promote to brand the Shore community. This discussion started back in 2007, how we could set ourselves apart from other North Shore communities and other competing communities such as Mequon, Wauwatosa. The school district and the village population was on a downward trend, although it was very small, but it was trending downward, and we were trying to figure out how to make that change. So through conversations of the village board, the school board, and the community development authority, we thought, what can we do? The school district in and of itself was the #1 draw to the community because of its accomplishments and what it represented. But the second thing that we thought about is that we could brand what we do. Our employees were already going above and beyond in delivering services to the residents. They were already customer service focused, but what we were trying to do was to brand that so that it was consistent from one department to the other. And as a result of that, we came up with the customer service department, and we came up with customer service guidelines. So what we did is we empowered staff to come up with how customer service should work here in the village of Shorewood. So in 2007, we took key front staff from all of the departments. And when we say key front staff, not just people who sit behind the desk and answer the phones, but people who were out in the field. So we had police officers, we had DPW route drivers, we had the front desk people, we had managers, we had anybody and everybody that we can get involved. And what we decided to do was to develop these standards that spoke to our internal services, it spoke to our external services, it spoke to signage within the building and within the village, and it spoke to just how we would communicate with our residents. And we took a half a day over at the beautiful Hubbard Park Lodge, and we sat down and broke into groups, and we developed standards. After those standards were developed, we reconvened and shared it with the group as a whole, and as a whole, we decided what those standards would be. And we did that with the help of someone who was an expert in the field. We hired someone to come in and help facilitate it, so that we made sure that we covered all possible avenues of customer service, that we didn't miss anything. And those guidelines that we developed and put into place in 2008 are still the guidelines that we use today, 10 years later. Because customer service really doesn't change. The people change and how you deliver it can change, but the basic tenets and standards of customer service don't change. So after those standards were developed, the customer service department was created. And we went out and we hired 2 people, and they're still here with us today, 10 years later as well, Ian Krekel and Terry Weapons down in the front desk. And we hired 2 people to really be that kind of face of customer service for the village. So anything coming into the village usually came through that department, whether it was calls. They were kind of the first point of contact. And as over time, as we grew, we became not so much a take the call and transfer it, but a take the call and handle the call. And that relieved the other departments from some of that day-to-day operation, so that they can do some bigger and better things. So that department, customer service, now Clerk of Customer Service, we are responsible for handling all of the tax and utility payments. We process all of the business licensing and building permits. We process pet and bicycle license. We do things for DPW, like we'll do the special pickups, and we'll do cart purchases. We manage all the night parking in the village of Shorewood on the various lots and some of the parking on the street. We support the clerk with the election processes of registration and in-person absentee voting. And those are kind of the basic things that we do. But the customer service department is a very integral department, a very integral part of the village. And one proud thing that we can say is that we were either the first or one of the very first municipalities that have a dedicated customer service department. And we're very proud of that. So that's the department. But customer service was more than just the 2 ladies in the front and myself. It was actually every employee is customer service as far as we're concerned. And so we implemented a training program for all of our employees that they go through every year. So when we first started this, we had training in the key areas of how to answer a phone, how to deal with difficult situations versus difficult people. So we got our staff to understand that it's not difficult people, the situations. People are people, and they need what they want and what they need. And so after that, every year we have an annual customer service training that all staff is, I won't say it's mandatory, but it is important. And if they can't come to the physical training, we take a lot of things, so we videotape it, and it's mandatory that they watch the training. We also have training for all of our new employees. So any new employee, part of their orientation process is to come and we do a 20, 30-minute customer service training to orient them to how we do customer service here. We've been privileged and blessed that many of the people that we have hired in recent years, we hired with that customer service focus in mind. So we've been very fortunate that people come in, they have that service mentality, and they understand that they are here to serve the people. So, so as a result of that emphasis on customer service, on training, on empowering our employees to really be responsive to our customers, we can say that we feel, I don't know that we can document it, but we feel that we have been a positive influence in the Shorer community. I can say personally that I remember when I first went downstairs to work in the customer service department or to manage that department, that people didn't like to come to Village Hall. They did a lot of things by mail and whatever other options that they had. But I can truly say that with the staff that we have down there, that people love to come to Village Hall. We have been trying to move some things to online payments and other forms of payment, and I have heard many people say that's quite all right, we appreciate it, but we like to come to Village Hall because we like the feeling of warmth. And to me, that's the accomplishment, that someone is coming to a government building and they feel welcome and warm, even though they're giving us their money. So, I'm just excited to say, and I don't get excited about too much, I'm kind of an even-keeled kind of person. Most people who know me will tell you that. But we are excited downstairs in customer service. We love to be of help. We love to resolve issues. We love to be of assistance to our residents. And when I say residents, those who live in the community, but there are other people who come into customer service. We have various vendors. We have builders and construction folks and all kinds of people that come here for other services. But we're excited, and we welcome any input, any suggestions from you as to what we can do to possibly improve our services. If there's something that we can add as far as the customer service end of it, we're welcome to hear. So that's customer service, and I'm under time. So Martin, give you 5 extra minutes.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. In order.
My name is Mark Mandelson. I'm the finance director for the village. I've been here, we call it in budget years. It's my 5th budget year, so just under 5 years. Today I just have some really overview material on what the 2018 budget looks like for the village. Again, certainly ask questions if something is of particular interest, but we're not going to get into the nuts and bolts of budget preparation. I'm working on 2017 issues now, and the 2018 budget's out, and I'm already doing preliminary schedules for the 2019 budget and what has to happen, so we build into that process the ability to provide all the services that we do, because the budget is really the vehicle that identifies how we're going to accomplish that. One of the things that we often like to point out is you get your tax bill from your friends at Village Hall here. But that tax bill is not representative of what is spent on municipal services alone. It includes all the services you get from the school district, the county, Milwaukee Metropolitan School District, Sewage District rather, Milwaukee Area Technical College, and up until this year, the state used to have a little slice of that pie too, although they've discontinued that. So from the village's perspective, we're working with about 28% of the tax revenues that go directly to the municipal services that we oversee. One of the village's primary goals, and that of our village board, is managed control of expenditures. Try to avoid large swings, big jumps. And as I say that, we have the graph with the big jumps and the big swings. That was a technical challenge we had back in 2010. It was a reporting error with an assessor we had to do a little finagling with the state to get special approval to make some counteracting adjustments over those timeframes. But all in all, you can see that over that 10-year period, it's a pretty level line. 1.89% average growth of costs, and that includes absorbing all the inflationary factors that go into wages, costs of materials, costs of goods. So we feel pretty positive that that is a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, a lot of trying to improve our processes